The Toronto Caribbean Carnival is heading into its final stretch of virtual celebration after what's been an exciting couple of weeks. Before we hit the virtual road next weekend, it's only fitting we take a trip down memory lane first. Stephanie Henry is here with it all. Speaking of traffic, it was at a standstill as it typically is for Carnival Day weekend. The weekend is beautiful.
And the weekend,
Not this year, it's virtual, but it's still going to be a party, Steph.
It's still going to be a party, and you know what? We're taking a trip down memory lane by taking a look at the history of Carnival and its cultural impact on the city of Toronto and really across North America, because it's one of the biggest festivals of Caribbean culture in North America. So you know what? We usually take a look at Carnival from an economic lens because it brings over $400 million to Ontario every year. This year, obviously, looking very, very different. But it's like, how much do we actually know about the cultural impact and the history of Carnival? I did the digging for you guys.
You did the digging. Let's go deep into the archives and dust off those 70s bell bottoms.
In 1967, the Caribbean community in Toronto was asked to organize a special event to commemorate Canada's 100th birthday. That one-time event was so popular, it happened every year since, and that is how Caribana was born. The festival went through a couple of name changes and now is officially known as the Toronto Caribbean Carnival.
Denise Herrera-Jackson says over the years, the festival has really sparked a curiosity about Caribbean culture within the community.
It really brought all the communities together, and it was really important that their contribution should be acknowledged, because in bringing up that aspect of culture, I think made it much easier for our Caribbean immigrant culture to be amalgamated into a celebration.
Up until 1971, Carnival started at Varsity Stadium and made its way to City Hall. Then it walked its way along University Avenue for about 20 solid years until jumping and waving over to Lakeshore Boulevard and the CNE grounds, where it's been ever since. Dalton Higgins covered Carnival for several years and says that last move in 1991 really changed the vibe of Carnival.
To be perfectly honest, since it left.
Why is that?
Why is that? Yeah, I mean, I think because, you know, the Toronto TTC, you could just sort of re-enter the parade route, leave, jump on the TTC. It didn't feel like you were kind of stranded down at the bottom of the city and just kind of, you know, sequestered away from the actual city.
Right.
So when I go to other street parties, festivals, you know, Taste of the Danforth, Salsa in St. Clair, like, it's in the city, so you can just access it quite easily.
Just like any other massive event with such an extensive history, Carnival has been through a lot of changes over the years. But as we look ahead, Anissa O'Morale says the future of Carnival is a bright one.
I think that we are going to be growing in this environment, and we are going to be changing. Carnival is dynamic, and Toronto allows us to grow that. We are also going to be reaching out, and I think it's really clear that people in Toronto have absorbed us as part of who they are, and we are going to be a milieu now, not just of Caribbean people, but we are going to be Toronto's Carnival.
So good, Steph, leaving it on such a high note there with optimism and positivity as to what the future might look like. So talk to us about some of your memories. What did you love most about participating in all things Carnival?
You know what? I've never actually been in a band, and that's one thing I really, really want to do one year.
On the list.
Yes, it's on the bucket list. But I was actually born July 31st, 1993, so I was born on Carnival Day back then, and my mom was like, it was a celebration for you.
That's awesome. And it's also my wedding anniversary, and I have a story for you, Steph.
Tell me.
So back in 2005, the day before the wedding, didn't all my brother-in-laws, like basically all of Alex's groomsmen, decide to go party in all things Carnival. And they were very tired come the wedding, but they somehow managed.
Yes.
So I will always remember that, because Alex was like, I did not go. I knew they were going to be up until the wee hours of the morning and having way too good a time.
It was a great kickoff
so he
for
stayed
your
home,
wedding.
But we had such laughs. It was like more coffee for all the ushers. So next week is when it's all happening.
Yeah, so
where do we
next
find
week,
more?
next week is a grand parade, but you can also catch events happening up until that point on TorontoCarnival.ca.
Awesome. That was great. Thanks, Steph. We'll be